Whew. You guys are serious.
Well, you're very outspoken. Okay, Tiwa.
Did Tyler just respond to Tiwa Savage on a worldwide platform? Because supporters went crazy when she apologized at Global Citizen. Everyone says that was a straight-up shot, even though that line isn't in the song. Only a few days prior, Tiwa, without Tyler's knowledge or permission, Savage went on The Breakfast Club and apologetically apologized on his behalf for the entire colored label fiasco. She said, quite literally, "We apologize," as if she were talking for Tyler.
And the colored conversation was happening with Tyla. From your perspective, how did you feel about the conversation and just how she handled it and people's reaction to it?
I don't know. I think I felt for her a little bit because I feel like she's young and I don't think she means to come across like that. But where I'm from, when something like this happens, like they say the elder will come and say, on behalf of such and such, we apologize, you know?
The response was, "Wait, who asked you?" Because Tyler's blackness was never denied. Colored means mixed in South Africa, she just clarified. However, all of a sudden, this great celebrity was behaving as though Tyla needed a spokesperson. Until Global Citizen, Tyla remained silent. She apologized at the beginning of her performance, which was entirely out of script and timing. Too good to be true. "I apologize. I'm not sorry." It was dubbed the most elegant clapback ever by fans. All of this stems from the time Tyler was questioned by Charlemagne about why she identified as colored. It's common in South Africa. However, that word has a distinct impact in the US. Tyla stopped, grinned, and changed the subject.
Tell me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean? Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's even better.
Next, please.
That's even better.
You're stupid, yo.
The internet was on fire during that silence. Some described her as courteous and apprehensive. Some believed she ought to have remained silent or stood her ground. In any case, she made her point quite evident as she took the stage. They were perplexed. Did Tyla deny that she was black? In America, why use that word? Did she even understand the agitation? The video became viral. Overnight, think pieces went viral, and Tyler found himself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. She never cleared the air, though. Nothing. No explanation, no follow-up. Tiwa Savage chose to intervene when her quiet became too loud. When Tiwa appeared on The Breakfast Club a few weeks later, she immediately got involved in it rather than allowing Tyla to take care of her own affairs. It was Charlemagne who revived the coloring controversy. Tiwa immediately began defending Tyler, claiming that she was innocent and young, before saying the crucial line. "When this occurs in my hometown," the elder adds, "we apologize on behalf of so-and-so." The internet froze as well. "On behalf of Tyler, I apologize." Who made that request? The fans were hot.
I love Tiwa Savage down, but I also love Tyla, and I love the way she said, "Sorry, I'm not sorry, eh?" Because in all honesty, why flip that question to Tiwa Savage in the first place? They were like, she seems outspoken, and Tiwa saying, you know, in Africa, we say on behalf of the elders, we apologize for the children. We don't need no elders apologizing for things that we're clearly not sorry for. Tiwa, like, that's a legend right there. Like, she was the first Afro-pop girly before Afro-pop girlies were a thing, believe it or not. But this was not your stage, this was not your place to talk, and similar to what Tyla said, I'm glad she came out, said it, you know, in the way that she did, made it known. We do not need to be appeasing The Breakfast Club, okay, of all the people in the world.
Claiming that it is excessive, phony public relations, and needless damage control by an unaffiliated third party. It was not she who said, "I understand both sides. We sincerely apologize," she stated, as if she were Tyler's manager or mother. Was this really about Tyler? Or was Tiwa trying to look good for American audiences? Some began to speculate. Most agreed, although some referred to it as big sister energy. It went too far. The most absurd thing is that Tyler never admitted it. There will be no likes, reposts, or thank yous until that incredible performance by global citizens. Additionally, be sure to hit subscribe if you enjoy delving into celebrity drama like this. We have a lot more in store for you. Tyler appeared on the Global Citizen stage a few days later. Perfect outfit, crazy audience, and crazy enthusiasm. Before she stopped in front of Mr. Mean, everything appeared to be normal, and said a chilly sentence. "I'm not sorry." 2 seconds. All it needed to rock the internet was that. Fans caught it right away. The original track doesn't have that line at all. It came directly from the heart and was unscripted. It was said to be directed directly at Tiwa. In the words of Tyler, "Don't speak for me." She simply stood there in front of thousands of people, confident and unflappable, and slid straight back into her act without naming names or venting. The message is really clear. It wasn't weakness to be silent. She set it up. Fans went crazy when the video went viral on social media. According to them, Tyler handled it like a mature woman. Just power. No sobbing or apologies. At the same time, Tiwa was being pulled down by her apology. It was referred to as needless, phony camaraderie and even patronizing.
Ooh, I feel like two truths can be real at the same time. I feel like maybe, I don't really know what the first thing she said was that sparked the whole conversation, but I do know that from where she's from, she's, you know, she was, I think, she doesn't consider, they don't call her black.
They call her colored.
Colored because she's mixed.
The comments came pouring in. Your cousin is not that chick. This isn't your lane, to be polite. The outrage erupted on Reddit, TikTok, and Twitter. Many claimed that Tyler's remarks weren't the issue. Everyone else was attempting to speak for her. However, she didn't need anyone to polish her image once she was able to speak for herself. She did it more elegantly and loudly than anyone had anticipated. Some admirers quickly defended Tiwa, claiming that she only had good intentions and was merely attempting to shield a more up-and-coming talent. They asserted that elders come in to provide guidance since it is a cultural practice. Even her fans, however, had to acknowledge it. The second Tyler responded, "Sorry, not sorry," as he turned to face the crowd of world citizens. She retracted the entire story. She demonstrated that she didn't require one microphone, one line, and one moment. Conserving only space, Tiwa's team rushed to correct it as the internet criticized her for her apology. She wasn't speaking for Tyler, they informed the journalists. She was simply being a big sister, loving and sympathetic. But it was too late by then. Fans didn't believe it. Bad optics are not excused by good intentions, they argued. Someone must ask you to apologize before you can do so. Even Tiwa's fans acknowledged that it was strange, as if she was attempting to manipulate Tyler's narrative. Because Tyla remained silent, but not stuck, while Tiwa was elaborating on herself. She was concentrating on launching her CD and planning her next course of action independently. Therefore, it seemed noble but also somewhat forced when Tiwa's team attempted to portray it as keeping it down for the girls pursuing her. The query then began to reverberate on social media. Are Tiwa and Tyla really that cool? Because it certainly didn't appear that way from the outside. Not even Tyla and Tiwa's friendship can be verified. Nothing. No photos, no collaborations, no hangouts, no posts, which added to the strangeness of Tiwa's public apologies. Defending a close buddy is one thing, but when you two hardly know one another, it feels like you're walking in someone else's shoes. The two don't really vibe like that, insiders muttered. They are not in the same social circles. Tiwa might not have been expressing love for a best friend, but rather for another artist. Fans are now questioning whether Tiwa was genuinely assisting Tyler, or if she was merely defending her own reputation. Others believe it was a calculated move to appear like the sage elder sister to Western viewers, while discreetly separating herself from Tyler's dispute. Let's be honest, Tiwa's apology may have made her appear like the savior cleaning up the problem if Tyler's rollout had been impacted by the identity backlash. Instead, it had a serious backlash. What might have been unity became a viral disaster that neither party anticipated. So are they really that cool? Or did Tiwa just thrust herself into a conversation she wasn't supposed to be leading? Ultimately, Tyla only needed one microphone and 3 words. No interviews or public relations announcements. I'm not sorry. She regained her authority with that. She demonstrated that she doesn't require a big sister, a translator, or an agent. She is not in need of rescue. Now that she is speaking for herself, she did it with elegance, loudness, and clarity. Now that she's on her own, Tyla is demonstrating. When someone goes too far, everyone knows just how to check them. Whether she clapped back or not isn't the main question. Rather, it's whether she used a single forceful sentence to stop the conversation. What do you think then? Did Tiwa go too far, or was Tyla out of pocket for the time being? Or perhaps it simply went wildly out of proportion, as the internet always does. Leave a comment below with your opinions. We want to hear all of your opinions. You already know what will happen next if you're a sucker for this type of Hollywood drama. For the true story behind the headlines, hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to ShadePod. Just truth, shade, and receipts. No filters, no fluff. I promise you that the next twist will arrive quickly, so make sure to tap that bell as well.